If you want to see what true luxury living is like in Arlington, Virginia, this house behind me is it. Let's go check it out. Located on a corner lot in the desirable neighborhood of Bellevue Forest, this 7-bed, 9-bath house is currently on the market for just under $3.6 million. You know, when we're in this price range, it's all about the fine details, which I'm going to be pointing out. You know, I love the gas lanterns. That's something you typically don't see in Arlington. But let's go through here. And again, this is a home that was just built by MR Custom Homes. MR is one of the more prominent builders in the area. They do a lot of custom millwork that I'll be pointing out throughout the house. But, you know, small details like this, the herringbone wood flooring, and this is also something you also don't see. And I'm going to be showing all these rooms. I'm just jumping ahead to one of the best rooms in the house, the living and kitchen area. But this floor is white oak, 7-inch hardwood flooring. You don't see this that often. Again, when we're in the $2 million plus range, you know, this is a 7,700 square foot house. But one of the things that, you know, we say, like, why is this worth over $3 million? It's all about the details. You know, when we get into the luxury space in Arlington, again, it's all about the details, and we're going to be pointing that out today. So, you know, in the living area, we have these, you know, miter cut wood beams. So it's not technically solid wood. You know, they're cut at an angle to give that look. You have your fireplace, oversized wood burning fireplace. There's actually a fireplace on the back side of the patio, which is really, really cool. We will make sure to hit that at the end. But then you have your eating kitchen, dining space. Again, let's point out the details in this kitchen, why it, you know, is on the higher end. Not only is the materials better, but, you know, you have mitered cut countertop. So it's not technically a true waterfall. It doesn't go all to the floor, but, you know, because it's 2.5 inches thick, you can see actually right here, if you want the fine details of how it's cut to give that richer, you know, just fuller perspective or appearance, I should say. Then you have the inset cabinetry, which you may be like, well, what is that? That's where the cabinets are actually, the panels are not sticking out, you know, so they're inset into the cabinet boxes. You know, you have all high-end appliances, a Wolf 48-inch range. You have a sub-zero refrigerator, you know, with custom paneling. You know, so again, when we talk about details, this house has it for sure. Then another aspect is, and you see this in a lot of Arlington houses, especially in this price range, cabinetry all the way up to the ceiling. It's just more custom, costs more money. You also have the glass fronts in the cabinetry, and also with the lighting inside. Again, you don't see that often. So it's really important, again, when we're talking about why is this house worth more, it's all for those fine details. You know, then it continues off to the screened-in sun porch and patio out the back, which we'll take a look at. And let's go upstairs, and this house actually has 4 levels, so definitely stay to the end to see all of the levels. We go through a butler's pantry that, again, you know, has a wine fridge. There's actually 3 or 4 wine fridges in this house. We'll go take a look at those. So if you like wine, this could be a house for you. And then coming into the dining area, which, again, let's talk about the millwork. This is what you typically don't see in a house in Arlington. You know, a lot of new construction, they may build a house at 7,000 square feet, but they don't have this fine detail. So not only do you have crown molding, it's just the layers upon layers of detailed millwork that you have and trim throughout the house that really puts this house on a completely different level. Not only do you have the picture frame molding extensively throughout the dining room, this is also, you may not be able to tell this from the camera, but you have 10-foot ceilings here, floor to ceiling windows, oversized windows, I should say, and automatic shades, which, you know, pretty cool. So as we go over here, let's go upstairs, and I'll come back for this room, but I want to show the, excuse me, recovering from a cold. But you know, again, going on the millwork, you have wainscoting, board and batten wainscoting all the way around. You know, the staircase, landing, and then you have these custom child gates for protection. But you know, as we go over to the main primary, again, you have tray ceilings. You know, again, with more detail, more custom millwork throughout here. Beautiful natural light. You also have custom speakers in the ceiling, but a really inviting space. You know, that's a king bed, makes it look very small. We go into, I'm gonna back this up just a little bit. Your primary suite, which again, just the finest of materials. Automatic, I didn't even turn the lights on underneath the cabinets. When I just walked in here, they automatically turned on. You have a giant soaker tub. Again, all about the small details. You have tile on the ceiling, you have tile all the way up. You typically don't see that. You know, and this is where you can get tile that's $5 a square foot. You can get tile that's $30 a square foot. Just the customness of all of this. It's very impressive. But you got the water closet, and then you got the his and her closets, which I think you guys would be pretty impressed with. Okay, that was her closet, and his closet's actually bigger. So I don't know about you guys, but you know, for at least my wife would definitely have taken this one because it's bigger. So love to know your thoughts in the comments, which closet you'd be taking. All right, so we're gonna go back and we're just gonna quickly show the other aspects of the house. Here's another bedroom. You know, one thing to consider with new construction is that all windows won't have window treatments. So this house does have window treatments. So that's an expense that you can save. You know, every room has pretty decent closet size. I'm gonna zoom back just a little bit. I love this penny tile that they have. Kind of can't see it, but it has really nice subtle shades of brown, earthy tones. Really goes well with the cabinetry. Hey guys. And again, it just carries it through. You know, MR Custom Homes, if you're not familiar with them, I think they do a really good job of design. You know, they are one of the more expensive builders in Arlington, but again, I think just through the level of detail, it's very thoughtful. Here's a cool element to this. It's like, oh, is this just a closet? And it is just a closet, but if you didn't realize this, where it's located in the house, there's going to be the same size closet on every single level. So if you wanted to have an elevator built in the house, that is where you would have it. And then you got your laundry room, oversized, really, really nice. Again, the trim work. Laundry rooms typically don't have this. So the fact that you get all that level of detail, that really costs a lot of money. So it's something that shouldn't be overlooked. You have kids' room right here. It has a dedicated bathroom. I love the two-tone, what they did with this shower. Again, you typically don't see this. A lot of builders will cheap out. They'll use the same materials throughout. The fact that they did two different tiles, actually three different tiles, when you consider the floor, the lower half and then the upper half, and then the level of design and detail, the herringbone pattern, that costs more money. They waste more money, or it takes more materials to do that. So again, it's something that with this house, it's all about the details. You know, you typically never see this going down a hallway. The board and batten wainscoting, really, really nice. Really, really nice. Let's go. That's so cute. Little kid's closet. But this room, so the front of the house has great light, Great ceiling detail. And on this level, you have 9-foot ceilings. Again, another unique style. This is similar to the last bathroom, but just different tile in the lower half, and really cool from a bathroom standpoint. Maybe I can zoom out just a little bit. Let's zoom back in as we go back into the other rooms. And this, with 7,700 square feet, it just kind of keeps going and going and going. So let's go up to the 4th level, the loft. When you get over 7,000 square feet in Arlington, typically there's going to be 4 levels, just because the lots are not going to be big enough. So I can zoom out a little bit, but you're on the top floor and really inviting space, great for kids, for playing. The wood floors continue throughout. Another bathroom here. Zoom out a little bit. Again, the level of tile all the way up to the ceiling. Really cool enclosure. There's another, again, guest space that you could have. Potentially have a home office up here. Really great windows. The windows, again, we look at the fine details when looking at a house. These are Andersen 400 windows, highest level Andersen has. We'll go outside, but you also have a concrete paver driveway. They do that because Arlington County has like a stormwater management protocol that you can only disturb so much of the land, and only a percentage of the land can be non-porous or can absorb water. So when they're building these houses, one way to be able to do more with the land is to have a paver driveway, because the county won't count that against you. And that's why they were able to build a patio for this house, because a lot of new construction houses, they won't be able to do the patio because they can't disturb a certain portion of land, and they rather build a bigger house. So going back here, went through this pretty quickly, but you got a half bath right off the main level, which is pretty cool. Again, design, the way that they laid that with the tile work, it's pretty cool. And then you got an office with custom woodwork and cabinets. Really, the color drenched room except for the ceiling. They cap that with a different color, but just every little aspect, each lighting fixture is probably $300 to $500, and that adds up throughout the house. So really, really nice from that standpoint. You can see the living room one more time, and then not only do you have that office space, you have another. This would be great as a playroom. It could be a guest space as well. Technically, it could be, first floor primary if you really wanted to, even though it's on the smaller side. And you got another bathroom, which this is one of my favorite bathrooms, because if you look down, you got porcelain tile with kind of a mosaic Spanish style pattern. That's really great. But the millwork, again, throughout the entire house, we added this to our house, and it was $4.50 a square foot. And that was just for the base level. This has multiple levels to it. So you're probably anywhere from, $6 to $10 a square foot. And they're taking that throughout the entire house. Also the trim around the doors, again, it's just really high level stuff, so if that's important to you, MR, they do a really good job of this. We're filming this pretty early in the morning, so the sun is just coming up, but this room has definitely a lot of natural light. We'll take a look outside real quick. This is your mud room, oversized again. Just imagine your kids leaving their backpacks. Really cool little knickknacks here and there. It's a little messy, but you got a 2-car garage, and it's going to come with an EV charger. That's pretty standard now these days. Go outside real quick. We'll see the driveway. and stay around. We're gonna check out the lower level, which again is pretty cool. Again, these gas lanterns, it's a really subtle touch that makes a massive difference and just has such an appeal here in Arlington, or at least for me, that I think is really, really special. We'll go back. You got your 2-car garage. This is the side. So you got the stormwater management, as I was mentioning. Those are things that are required because there can only be so much runoff. Again, you're on a corner lot, 1/4 acre, but just really, I mean, has a really great presence from the beginning. I think that's another aspect that MR does a really great job of, is just the curb appeal of the house. So coming back here, and then you got flagstone. This is very popular in Arlington that you typically see in a lot of houses. This is what the stormwater management that I was talking about. You know, the water comes in and it slowly emerges from there. Right, coming back in. We just took the dog for a walk. We're coming back in, see how our life would be. We'll go out to the sun porch. These are very common here in Arlington. You got the oversized screens. This is becoming more and more of a trend. The heaters, ceiling heaters. You also got skylights. Again, every little detail. You have the tongue and groove, real tongue and groove paneling in the ceiling. Again, you don't normally see that. The speakers are built in. All the little fine details that really would be expensive to add after the fact, or at least speakers, you know, and for the electrical. So it's just really nice to have. Going out here, got this patio area, really awesome detail you don't normally see. It's this fireplace built into the exterior of the interior fireplace. One thing to call out, you know, and I did this, I guess, because the level of the main living space, you do have this drop area. So probably would add some sort of railing or guard for your kids, because this could be a hazard. Maybe have planter boxes or something like that. But definitely a potential hazard that I would address upon moving in. You know, this yard is not that big depending upon where you're coming from, but this is very typical in Arlington. You know, they really most builders prioritize, you know, building a bigger house because they can make more money, honestly. And so while this is not that big, it's very common in Arlington, and a 1/4 acre lot is very typical. This house is zoned R10, which means you basically have 100 square feet, or not 100 square feet, 100 feet of frontage. So that's how that's zoned. So let's go downstairs. All right, so this is where the flooring changes. Technically, this is not solid wood. You don't really see that in basements. Let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, you just got a storage room right over here. This house does not lack space. Again, you got another room for your elevator that I'm not going to open. You got your gym space, already the flooring done. Sometimes houses don't have that, which is really nice, more storage. You got another bathroom. Again, just the level of design and detail throughout the house. Really, really cool. Into your great room with your bar, which let's just show the whole room, pan that real quick. You got, if you like to drink and entertain, this is where you have your 2 oversized wine fridges. You got a microwave, you got the Sonos. You know, you wouldn't be able to tell this in the video, but this is actually honed quartz, so it's a different finish. Again, just all the little details. You know, we were talking about the difference of inset cabinetry. This is actually not inset. You see where the cabinets actually are further out. You got another, I think this is an ice maker. Yeah, you got your ice maker for your drinks. You got your dishwasher. You got a way to be able to get outside. You know, you may or may not like this. So you got a flat lot, which is great. It's typically a lot easier for building, but when lots are sloped, you usually can create an outdoor or a basement that feels more, not livable, but just more bright and airy, because with the slope, there's more light in the basement because they can level off. And so that's one element of this house that, maybe it's not my favorite. However, it's nice that from the main level, you can just walk out to the main space versus a slope backyard. You're definitely gonna have to walk down steps. So that's more of a preference, but just calling that out because that's an element that I've seen in houses that I personally didn't think of until I had one in our house that's a sloped yard. The backyard is flat, but it's really nice. So you got another guest suite bedroom. They put carpet. This is very typical in Arlington, have some sort of guest space, closet for more storage, and one last final bathroom in the basement. Oversized tile, which is actually harder to lay, so that can cost more money because there's more skill and labor from it. And if you'd like to learn more about new construction, we actually filmed a 100-day new construction series in Arlington, breaking down all the little details. When it comes to new construction in this area, it's really the fine details, and there's a lot to really watch out for and look at, when buying a house. So we're gonna finish up, go back here. Take one more step outside. So as I mentioned before or earlier, this house is in Bellevue Forest. It's one of the more desirable neighborhoods in North Arlington. One of the primary reasons is the schools. Based on the greatschools.org, feeds into Jamestown Elementary, Williamsburg Middle School, which are both 8s currently right now when we're filming, and then Yorktown High School, which is one of the premier high schools in Arlington. Based on the ratings, I can get in trouble if I give opinions. But yeah, this is the house. Again, it's MR Custom Homes, one of the better builders in the area, 7,700 square feet. If you'd like to see this house, you can feel free to reach out to us, or you can text me directly, 703-350-8800. Again, my name is Blake Davenport with the Davenport Group. We were the #1 team in Arlington over the last 3 years. Nobody sold more than us last year in 2025. And we're at TTR Sotheby's, so we deal a lot with these types of houses, over $2 million. That's where I would really consider the luxury market. But again, if you'd like to learn more about the new construction process in this area, or learn about the different neighborhoods if you're moving here, happily would be welcome to sit down and discuss and be really an advisor to you. Because as we were pointing out, it's really all about the fine details. One thing I'll say about this house is, if this is a house, because this is on the more higher end, most of the new construction in this area typically starts around 2.7 or 2.8, but that's typically a smaller house around 6,000 square feet. So this is a bigger house and it's a more expensive house. So you're going to definitely be on the higher end here, which if this is a 3 to 5 year house for you, that it may not be the best buy, very honestly. Versus if this is going to be your 10 to 15 year house, no worries. The value will definitely go up over that time. But just when you factor closing costs, it may not be the best investment if it's just for the short term, because there's just not as much supply, in this price point to push up the price. At least that's my thought. But again, always happy to be an advisor and just talk through the pros and cons of every situation. But beautiful house, beautiful millwork. Again, the level of detail in this house is unparalleled, and in my opinion, what true luxury is in Arlington, Virginia. So thanks again for checking us out. We do home tours like this. So I'll see you in the next one.